senior professors are also there. So my topic, Vikas sir has suggested that scientific writing for academic excellence, challenges and opportunities. Here I will discuss and I will just give the informations about the theoretical concepts, what I have learned in my, the PhD, or what I am guiding to my PhD scholars. My PPT is available to everyone, no? It is visible?
Yes, sir,
Hello?
it is visible.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, first of all, just try to understand what is scientific writing, because this topic is broad topic, scientific writing. If you look about the definitions of scientific writing, okay, it's scientific writing here also I have given here. Scientific writing is a process that produces a standard form written report. And if you look about the general writing and scientific writing, there is a lot of difference between scientific or academic writing and the general writing. Because in general writing, there is no structured format. But in scientific writing, there is some structured format. And in scientific writing, it is more like formal way of writing is there, and which needs some evidence, which needs some citations. But in general writing, we don't need any citations and the evidence. It is an informal, or sometimes it may be the formal. Okay, so we are discussing here and we are just talking about what is scientific writing. So basically in this lecture series, I will just cover here research topic, abstract, introductions, literature review, objective of research methods and approach, and reference. So first of all, I will just go through research topic, because this is very much important for all the researchers. And I already told you, basically this is for the scholars who are pursuing their PhD. So generally, if we if we talk about research topic must be precise and brief and reflecting the correct relationship among the variables. So variables here, it's about dependent and the independent variables, because without variables we cannot consider, we cannot do the research. That is very much important. So we have to see whether that our topic has link with the variables or not. That is first important things before taking any topic. So basically that is one challenge also. The new researchers, okay, generally they face the problems in research where selecting the topic refers broad area of the study. So even my scholars, and he asked me one question that, sir, I want to do research on financial literacy in India. So that is the huge topic, because taking topic, you have to narrow down that topic also, because financial literacy, if we narrow down to financial literacy in the state of West Bengal or financial literacy in the state of Sikkim, that makes sense. So we have to narrow down the topic. So that is also important and challenging task for the researcher, narrowing the topics to such an extent that it becomes insignificant sometimes also. So we have to see carefully that whether that is significant or not. Okay, because taking the PhD topic and doing some research like the financial literacy among the among the household of the village, it does not make any sense. So which we have to see about it, and we have to avoid this kind of unscientific terms of argumentative and biased nature while selecting the topic. That is very much important. So here the things what I have learned in my PhD days, or what I am guiding to my scholars, is that selections of a research topic, and the points to be noted here is that basically research topic, it makes sense that whether the stakeholders are interested in your research paper or not, because what they see, they believe. So first of all, the important point is that there should be some limitations in the world, that I cannot write like the 20 words or 30 words as the topic. So limitations, and there is no thumb rule to go for kind of 7 to 15 only. This is as per my experience. So there is limitations that 7 to 15 words should be there. So not more than 30 words, because it does not make any sense. So another one is that it should be relevant with these subject matters. Okay, that is also one important thing. And grammatically, it should be correct. That is very much important, because I have seen many papers also, okay, right? They have written well. As the main body part, they have written well. But regarding the topic, there is some grammatical error. So which we have to be more careful about that, whether there is grammatical error or not. So, and another thing is that we have to avoid the abbreviations. That is very much important, because take one example of like example GST. If you write GST, it does not make sense. So we have to write goods and service tax in the topic. So that is important, that which we have to consider. So generally for new researcher or beginner, okay, right? These questions plays one of the significant role for them also to understand or to take the topic, okay, because without like the considering such questions, we take the topic and later on we face the problems. Because in my case also, okay, right, my area of interest was China, not to like cross-border trade. Okay, and I took the topic of financial literacy because the reason was that I didn't found the expert those who are expertise in that border trade. So that is one important things which we have to understand before considering any topic, the community or not. That is one important things. Is it novel and formative? That's another thing. Is it significant the interest of research for the researcher and peer community? Is it feasible to conduct the research? Whether it is feasible to conduct the research also, that is very much important, because I have seen that like the some scholars what they do, that sitting in India they do the research taking the data of some other countries. Although for secondary data it's fine, but regarding the primary data, okay, some kind of feasibility is not there because financial constraint might be the one reason. So we have to be more careful before selecting any topic. So another one is that does the researcher have the relevant competence in that particular field or not? That is as per their expertise, because no one is expertise in their like in different fields. They are expertise in one particular field, so that particular field is as per their interest. So that should be considered. Does the researcher has to access pertinent data? Because data plays one of the significant role, whether that may be the primary data or whether that may be the secondary data. So that we have to see whether the sufficient data is there or not. Does the researcher have access to get the proper guidance? So that is also one important thing, because as you know, without guide, the researcher cannot do the research. So proper guidance should be there. So first of all, you have to identify, okay, right, you have to see the professors who are expertise in that particular topic in my research area or in my interest of research. So you have to identify it. Does the researcher have necessary financial resources to carry on the study? And does the researcher have enough time? That is also important. Does the researcher have enough determinations to pursue the research? That is very much important before taking any research topic. So another things I will come here about the abstract. As you know, like the sending the paper in any conference or seminar, basically the committee will consider about your abstract. That 300 words or 150 words or 200 words, it depends upon the committee, okay, right? So here also which we have to understand what to write in the abstract, that is the components of abstract. So if we look about the abstract, like the which consists of 300 words, 200 words or 150 words. So here I have segregated what to write in the abstract. Importance and introductions, I have given 20% of that particular components of abstract. And regarding methods, okay, 30%, because as you know, methods, that how you have conducted the research, whether you have used primary data or secondary data, okay, what type of the questionnaires which you have used, whether that is self-structured questionnaires or whether the interview or the schedule, these particular things. So I have given here 30%. And results, findings, you have to write here 30% of the components of abstract. And last one is the implications of your research work, 20%. So here the implications is that whether it is beneficial to the society or the community, and your recommendations should be there. So this is the components of abstract, so which we have to write in the abstract before submitting abstract to the conference or the seminar. Basically, they follow these particular things. Now I will come to the introduction part, okay, right? Because even my own scholars, they usually ask me questions, sir, what to write in introductions? And many of my, like the students from MCOM also, they usually ask me, sir, what to write in the introductions? So in introductions, I have given here the informations as per my knowledge. The first important things before starting the introduction, okay, you have to write the aims of this paper. So it attract the stakeholders to read your paper. Second one is your notions of selections of research topic, emergence of research problem, definition of terms of research problem, delimitation of research problems, what motivate you to do the research. This all comes under the theoretical background of your study also. Apart from that, okay, this is also one question, that why you conduct the research, that should be reflected in this introduction. And why, what is the purpose to do the research, when you conduct the research, where you conduct the research. So this, like the things have to be considered in the introduction part. So next I will come to literature review. So what is literature review? Everyone knows about, and we have to understand that the purpose of literature review also, because it's not like that some authors has written some article, we just take the few words from that or sentence from that particular paper and we write in our papers. It's not like that, because literature review, the main motive of doing literature review is to identify the research gap, and that research gap is relevant, which should be relevant with the research problems, and that research problem will be your research topic. So generally, if you look about the types of literature review also, because of shortage of time, I cannot complete entire things. So narrative review is there, okay, right? It is based upon the kind of some story, okay, and discipline also I have considered here: psychology, systematic review, management, sociology, commerce, all political science, etc. In systematic review, okay, this the analyzing and collections part is done here. In interrogative review is basically the human resources. Systematic review and meta-analysis is done by the medicine, so which I have classified here. If you want to go more details about these types of review, I have given the reference here, which you can see. So, and another thing is that what I have learned, because generally, okay, right, what we read today, we'll forget after 3 months or 4 months, after maybe 1 year, because as we know that writing part, basically we take 1 or 2 years in PhD, and rest of the part, like we usually go to collecting the data, where literature review part is 6 or maybe it may be 3, 4, 5 years, but generally what we have read in the year 2019 and 2020, we forget the things. So this is one particular format also which we have to consider, because it makes sense that later on we are not machines that we remember everything. So you have to prepare this format. First of all, you have to write the topic of the research paper, author name, year, objectives, methodology, which methodology they have considered, even the variables, whether that will be the dependent or independent variables, okay, findings, what they have found and what they have suggested. Then after, your duty is to identify the research gap, whatever they have done in that particular paper. And our duty is to see that which particular things has not covered, and that particular things you have to reflect in your paper. That is the main motive of going through literature review, and this is the format which we can follow. So after that, so how to write, we are talking about scientific writing. So how to write literature review? So first one is designing the review is important. As how to design the review is based upon your objectives. What is my objectives? What are my objectives? On the basis of that, you have to segregate your literature review part. That is the designing the review. Another one is conducting the review. After that, you have to see what has done. Then after, you have to analyze, because without analyzing the things of paper, we cannot write. If we write, that goes in another sense. So then after comes about the writing the review of that particular paper. So here, how to write that review also, there is some systematic rules, and I have already told you that these are not the rules of thumb, okay, right? But what I have understood, so here, first of all, while writing any literature review, you have to focus in introduction. And what to write in the introductions, I have given the concise definitions of topic, scope of related literature, to state general findings should be there, should be reflected. And there is main body in the literature review. Each work should be critically summarized and evaluated for its ideas, theories, methodology, and conclusion. That is the main body part. And conclusion part, you have to, reviewer should evaluate that particular proposal. That's so that the summarizations of that key findings you have to write by yourself, and you have to give some complete and correct citations of every sources from where you have collected. That's why I am saying that academic writing and general writing is different, because in academic writing, okay, right, we need citations, we need reference, that the evidence should be there. So this is the process that how to write the literature review. After that, again, the questions comes about the objectives. Okay, right? This also comes under the academic writing only. Related with the objectives, that some scholars or some student might think that what to write in the objectives, because that is a questionable things. Because in order to write in objective also, we have to be more careful that whether we can complete our dissertations or kind of the PhD thesis in time or not. So before considering or before writing any objectives, the objectives should match with these particular points. So I will just read these points to examine the research problem. So first of all, because as I already told you, in research generally we see the problems. If there is no problem, no research is there. Because nowadays, okay, right, if the data is sufficient, available, we do the research. But that is absolutely wrong. The one thing is that where there is problem, there is research. So first of all, we have to highlight the problems to examine the research problem. Research problem is related with your research topic, so which we have to consider. Second one is that to compare between the various variables. As you know, while taking any topic, I already told you there is variables like dependent variables or the independent variables. Assume if the financial literacy in Sikkim, okay, right? Here the financial literacy of the household. Here we have taken the financial literacy as the dependent variable, and the socio-economic factors is the independent variables. So we have to see the relationship between these two variables. So that is important, which we have to consider. And third one, to find out the challenges in respect to the research problems. What are those challenges, okay, right, in the research problems that should be considered, and to identify the gaps in research and charter a path of fulfilling this gap. So I already told you research gaps should be highlighted here. And last one, to investigate using defined process how you will do the investigations, to examine, to identify, okay, this place, or to analyze. That is that particular word we can use in this objective. So this is the core components of the objectives what we have to write. And I already told you that is not the rule of thumb, but these things is as per my experience, what I have learned in my research days. So as Professor Sanjay Kumar sir has already highlighted regarding the sampling techniques, okay, right? And in research, we believe that if we increase the sample size, the error will be reduced. Yes, generally, if we increase the sample size, the margin of error will be reduced. But there is another part is that if the sampling techniques is not correct, your validity, reliability of that particular data will not be correct. So we have to see which techniques we have adopted, we have followed in our research. And before adopting any techniques, this sampling techniques or statistical techniques, we have to understand the characteristics of these particular components of sampling techniques. Why I am going through simple random sampling? Because as you know, simple random sampling is like the example, you can take the lottery system, and systematic sampling, okay, where this proper system is stratified is that where this particular sample is mutually exclusive, okay, heterogeneous, okay, then after they will pick randomly the sample. And the cluster, that particular, is also known as the area sampling, okay. So in non-probability sampling, we have quota sampling, purposive sampling, snowball sampling, and convenience sampling, okay. It is not possible to cover the entire things, so I will just stop in this particular part only. Sampling techniques, before adopting any techniques, we have to understand that the characteristics of that particular the techniques also, which techniques we are adopting. Because it is just like I feel that when playing guitar, we can play the guitar, okay, we can play any chords, G, A, B, C, etc. But we have to know which is appropriate for my research, which chord is appropriate. So in order to know about that particular guitar chords, same things in sampling techniques also, we have to understand about sampling techniques, features also. Then we can adopt these features is particular, or these features is more feasible in my research work. So that is also important things. Before adopting any sampling techniques, we have to see the characteristics of sampling techniques. So sample size, I already told you that no, like there is no like many questions. Even my own scholar asked me, so how much I have to take the sample? Okay. Some like they say, sir, can I take 300 samples? Some say that can I take 400 samples? Can I take 500 samples? No. So the reason is that we are taking any sample is the part of the populations only. Okay, right? There is no hard and fast rule that to take 400 samples, to take 500 samples. Okay, one day I asked questions, why not 600, why not 800, why not thousands? Because these are some questions no one can answer about it. Okay, and which we have to understand. It depends upon the scholars that how much samples you have to take, but you have to understand by collecting the data, particular data, up to that okay, right, extent, you know that if I collected more than that, I will get the same result. Then after you have to stop there. Then you know this is my sample size. Because beforehand we cannot know because it depends upon the characteristics, socio-economic or demographic factors of that particular area. So what I feel or what I believe that is annually, okay, right? Or nowadays it is no like the software are available, okay, that the raw software which I have given link here, even monkey survey software is also there, which gives the results, not exactly the sample size, but generally they will suggest you that this sample size you have to adopt for your research work as for your populations. So this is the last one, okay, right? As we have to write the reference, because I already told you this is a scientific writing or academic writing. In academic writing, evidence is required. Without evidence, okay, right? Like without citation, that papers will not consider. If we have given the proper citations, there is no plagiarism issue will be because nowadays the plagiarism issue is must, okay, right? Everyone is just wondering if I have more plagiarism issue. If you give the proper citations, there is no plagiarism issue. So citation is important to avoid the plagiarism. If who does not know how to cite his or her paper, cite this plagiarism will be there. But we have to understand how to avoid it. In order to avoid it, we have to give the proper citations. So proper citations is APA style, American Psychological Associations, which I have given my own paper how to write in APA style, or MLA, Modern Language Associations, Chicago style, and Harvard which I have highlighted here. You can go through it, and even you can find through Google Scholar also that how to in this particular format. So I will not take much time because
So discuss the
6:40.
research topic कि हमारा research topic it should be a precise, brief, and reflect the correct relationship among the variables. And हमें कभी-कभी ऐसा लगता है कि हमारा research topic एज अ रिसर्च स्कॉलर जब हम एक बिगनर होते हैं तो हमें ऐसा लगता है कि जैसा बड़ा होगा हमारा टॉपिक तो वो अच्छा होगा बट सर very precisely discussed here that the narrowness of the topic is a very important in a research. And sir also reflect on the process about the abstract. हम बहुत नॉर्मली बहुत कंफ्यूज होते हैं कि हमें abstract में क्या इंक्लूड करना चाहिए सर सो इन अ पीपीटी दैट द परसेंटेज ऑफ द things which we have to include in our abstract. And introduction part you have to include aims, notion of selection, operational definitions, and कि हमें टॉपिक हमने कैसे लिया, कहाँ से मोटिवेट होकर के लिया, ये सारी चीजें हमें इंट्रोडक्शन में ऐड करनी होती हैं. एंड द लिटरेचर रिव्यू as earlier Sanjay sir also said that the importance of the literature review, it gives us the direction how to हमें इसमें क्या हर स्टेप पे लिटरेचर रिव्यू का हेल्प लगता है कि हम हर स्टेप पे हमें कैसे बढ़ना है, कैसे आगे जाना है. एंड सर ने हमें एक फॉर्मेट भी दिखाया जो कि हम सभी रिसर्च स्कॉलर्स के लिए वेरी यूजफुल रहेगा और सर ने हमें ये भी बताया कि रिसर्च ऑब्जेक्टिव्स में हमें क्या इंक्लूड करना चाहिए। एंड नाउ सर ने बोला कि हमें किस तरह से सैंपल साइज लेना चाहिए और सैंपल टेक्निक कैसे यूजफुल होती है। और हमें नॉर्मली हमने पढ़ा होता है कि इंक्रीज द सैंपल साइज एंड रिड्यूस द एरर, बट ये सैंपल साइज इंक्रीज करके रिड्यूस को हम तभी घटा सकते हैं जब हमारी सैंपल टेक्निक करेक्ट होगी, हमारे टॉपिक के अकॉर्डिंग होगी। सर ने ये भी हाईलाइट किया। और नॉर्मली हमारा ये भी क्वेश्चन होता है कि हम अपने गाइड से और डिफरेंट टीचर्स से हम अक्सर पूछते हैं जब हम डिसर्टेशन कर रहे होते हैं या फिर हम अपना रिसर्च वर्क कर रहे होते हैं कि हमारा सैंपल साइज क्या होना चाहिए। बहुत फ्रिक्वेंट क्वेश्चन होता है, हम अक्सर अपने क्लासरूम में भी सुनते हैं। हमारे कलीग पूछते हैं कि सर या मैम हमारे सैंपल साइज कितने होने चाहिए। तो ये हमेशा से हम लोग के लिए बहुत कंफ्यूजिंग रहा है, बट सर ने काफ़ी अच्छे से इसे बताया कि हम किस तरह से डिसाइड करें हमारा सैंपल साइज क्या होना चाहिए बाय मैनुअली और ऑनलाइन मोड। एंड सर ऑल्सो टच वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक अबाउट द प्लैगरिज्म। हम बहुत ही हमेशा वरीड रहते हैं अबाउट द प्लैगरिज्म। हम कोई पेपर लिख रहे हो या फिर हम अपने थीसिस को लेकर भी बहुत ही वरीड रहते हैं कि प्लैगरिज्म में ना आ जाए। तो हमें किस तरह से प्रॉपर रिफरेंसिंग करनी चाहिए टू रिड्यूस द प्लैगरिज्म। सर ऑल द लेक्चर्स, ऑल द टॉपिक्स you were include in your lecture, so very useful for us and we are very grateful to have you sir in this evening. Thank you sir. और हम इनवाइट करेंगे अभी ऑल द पार्टिसिपेंट्स जो जिनके कोई भी क्वेरीज हो, हमारे दोनों ही सर मतलब यहाँ पर मौजूद हैं। आप अपनी क्वेरीज को सर से पूछ सकते हैं। थैंक यू।
So I request to all participants, first of all, introduce yourself and you want to ask in which particular speaker, तो आप उनसे जिस स्पीकर से पूछना चाहते हैं और पहले आप अपने आप को इंट्रोड्यूस करें और फिर जिन स्पीकर से आप पूछना चाहते हैं उनका नाम लें कि आई वांट टू आस्क टू संजय सर, आई वांट टू आस्क टू परमेश सर, और इस तरह से आप क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं। सो सेशन इज ओपन, सो थैंक यू।
Yeah, good evening, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, myself, Professor Sunita Yadav from Mumbai University. Sir, anyone can answer. I really will be grateful either Sanjay sir or Parmesh. I just need an answer. Sir, actually being a researcher, we were having the problem of a plagiarism as explained by Parmesh sir. Sir, do you really feel so that paraphrasing can be considered as plagiarism? It can comes under the plagiarism.
Pramesh sir, it is over to you.
Okay, ma'am, regarding paraphrasing, if we go for that particular things, also up to some extent we can avoid it. It's not like that. We can avoid it through paraphrasing also, because generally, as no, I already told you, no one is expert in that particular field. Okay, right? One has to take from other informations. We can go for that, but that should be more appropriate. It's not like that 5, 6 or 7 sentences I have just taken from that. You have to reframe that particular sentence also. Okay. So,
okay, sir. It is okay, sir. If the same, like Parmesh sir has given the one article, I read that article and I considered that article. I wrote in my own word. It will be considered as a copy case.
Yes, and one thing I want to say to you also, because no, if we look about the research work, generally the researcher will do 20 or 30% of research only. Rest of the work, like 60%, belongs to the earlier researcher. So what I mean.
Yes. Ma'am, no, I just wanted to add one more thing. Plagiarism is, it is more concerned with the idea. All right, अगर आपने किसी का आइडिया को लेके किसी भी शब्द में लिख दिया तो आइडिया तो चोरी हुआ ना, चाहे आपने शब्द कोई भी इस्तेमाल किया, तो it is plagiarism. अगर आप
तो सर हम ऐसे भी नहीं कर सकते कि जैसे कि अगर संजय सर ने कोई आर्टिकल दिया है उसको मैंने पढ़ा और खुद के शब्दों में अगर मैंने लिखा तो वो भी इसमें प्लेगरिज्म में आएगा?
कुछ पार्ट में सुन नहीं पाया आपकी मैम, थोड़ी
सर जैसे कि आपने कोई आर्टिकल लिखे हैं, मैंने उस आर्टिकल को रीड किया और सेम चीज को मैंने लिखा तो वो भी प्लेगरिज्म में आएगा? सर
जो भी पार्ट आप लेते हैं दैट शुड बी रिफर्ड एज संजय और Pramesh sir, if you have taken something from our paper, that is our idea, then that should be referred as our idea. That will not be plagiarism. अगर आप अपना करके लिखते हैं तो that will be considered as if you have taken as if you have stolen idea.
Sir, give certain idea. No, Parmesh sir and Sanjay sir, we were having such a great dignitary on the stage, sir. Sir,
Yes,
actually,
I want to add to you also.
yes.
And regarding the plagiarism issue, if we go through the Tornitin software and Urkun software,
Okay. Yeah, these are the two softwares, sir.
yes, and you can see that if you do the paraphrasing or rewriting of that particular research work, whether it will consider or not, that we can check from that also. Okay, it depends.
Sir, Parmesh, actually over here in Mumbai, there are the two institutions that they can check. If we want to check, so we have to take the paid version. So it is not allowed for us. So we having the certain colleges, those who are doing this, checking the Turnitin and Urkund, this. So even though sitting at home, if I wanted to need to check, so where to go?
Ma'am, abhi khas kar to these softwares are available in libraries of colleges or universities. We can help you out if necessary. We have both software in our library.
Sir. So, thank you.
We'll be happy to help you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Sir, seriously, sir. Thank you, Sanjay sir. Thank you, Parmesh sir.
Anyone have any question? Next.
Very good evening, sir.
Hello.
This is Ashwini Kumar from.
Aswini sir.
Am I audible?
Aswini sir. प्लीज एक पार्टिसिपेंट है आर उन्होंने बहुत पहले से हैंड राइज कर रखा है, सो आप
Sure, sir.
Good evening, sir. This is RR. Hello.
हाँ,
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, sir. Just now when Professor Sunita Madam was asking about the plagiarism, so I have some doubt and rather a clarification that if paraphrasing is, I think it will not cover under plagiarism. You have to. That's what I mean. I have just checked it. So one has to express that same idea in a different form, but that the meaning is same. That the meaning should reflect the same, and it has to express in our own idea, and that due acknowledgement has to be given. Due acknowledgement has to be given that where from it has been taken.
Yes.
I understand plagiarism will check word by word, sentence by sentence, and word by word.
Yes, RR sir. Basically, we have to cite something like that.
Correct. You have to cite, but you should not take the same sentence or same wording. If you are using the same word continuously, suppose is coming, something like example. If the same thing is coming is there from you are taking the same word is coming, then it will come under plagiarism. If you say that someone, if you differentiate that, coin it differently, but meaning is same. And you have to acknowledge.
Like RR sir is a boy. Like RR sir is a boy. RR sir is not a girl.
Yeah. Yes, that is absolutely. But you have to cite that who had said that.
Okay,
thank you.
Sir.
So I have seen that, sir. This is online. This plagiarism sites I've seen. I've checked it, and this I found it, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Aswini sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yeah. A very good evening to Vikas, you and to the professor that we have provided the lecture. Sir, this is and my query ये है कि sir ने बोला कि जो review of literature that we can prepare as a in table. So can we use that table in our research paper, or we should go as a paragraph wise? Is it okay to put the table that कि हाँ ये writer का नाम है, then year of the publication, and then objectives of the paper, and can we do that in research?
No, sir, that is just for your reference only. Okay, to recall that memories what you have learned earlier time. Okay, that is not the way to write as in the thesis. That is only for your reference to recall that particular memories what you have already learned before. before, because we'll forget in within few, like the months or 6 months, 7 months, or 1 year. Okay, that is only for reference.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I use in my presentation when we used to present my paper in somewhere. So
yes, in presentation, I think that makes the sense. If you present in such a way that I think so, most of the like the listeners, they will just see your presentations. What we have already learned, because while writing in particular sentence, it doesn't make any sense during the presentation. So that makes sense in presentation, but not in thesis writing.
thank you, sir.
Okay, and anyone? Anyone? Yes, Suraj Maurya ji. हाँ
हेलो सर, गुड इवनिंग सर।
हाँ अभय जी अभय जी आप पूछिए। जी अभय सर।
विकास जी याद जा रही है?
हाँ आ रही है।
सर मेरा सर से क्वेश्चन है, अपने को करता हूँ। मैं अभय विक्रम है, शोध छात्र, इंदिरा गांधी जनजाति विश्वविद्यालय अमरकंटक का समाजशास्त्र और समाज विभाग से मैं रिसर्च स्कॉलर शोध छात्र हूँ। सर यह मेरा क्वेश्चन है कि हम रिसर्च क्या कहते हैं, लिटरेचर का क्या क्राइटेरिया है कि कितना रिसर्च रिव्यू करने बाद हम सेटिस्फाइड हो जाए अब मेरा रिसर्च क्या कहते हैं लिटरेचर रिव्यू हो गया है, इसका क्या क्राइटेरिया, इतने आर्टिकल्स, इतने बुक्स का कोई थोड़ा प्रकाश डाल बताएं।
Sir, I guess basically Abhay sir wanted to ask how many review of literature do we have to do in thesis?
Yes,
I guess.
Yes, Sanjay sir. Sanjay sir, please answer, Sanjay.
मैं कुछ यस अगर जब भी हम कोई रिसर्च प्लान करते हैं और रिव्यू ऑफ लिटरेचर का बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट रोल होता है, और ये रोल इसलिए भी इम्पोर्टेंट हो जाता है कि हम कुछ ऐसा करना चाहते हैं जो मैंने शुरू में कहा था कि क्या कोई ऐसा सिमिलर कोई शोध हो तो नहीं चुका है, या क्या चीज़ें हैं जो गैप है, क्या चीज़ है जो एड्रेस नहीं हुई है अभी तक। अब ये इंश्योर करने के लिए चाहे आप टेम्पोरल के हिसाब से मान लीजिए, अगर आप 10 से 15 साल का भी कर सकते हैं, या आपको एग्जॉस्टिव रिव्यू करना चाहिए कि कुछ बचा ना हो जिस टॉपिक पे आप लेके जा रहे हैं। कोई लिमिट इस तरह से, शायद मैं अगर प्रमेश सर कुछ ऐड करना चाहेंगे तो करेंगे, कोई लिमिट ऐसा नहीं है कि कोई एक फिक्स्ड कोई क्राइटेरिया है उसके लिए। ये एक रिसर्चर का डिस्क्रिप्शन है कि हम उसने ये इंश्योर कर लिया है कि दिस व्हाट ही इज गोइंग टू प्लान और व्हाट ही इज गोइंग टू डू और शी इज गोइंग टू डू हैज नॉट बीन अंडरटेकन अर्लियर, ताकि एक बड़ा जो गाइगेंटिक एफर्ट है वो वेस्ट ना हो, आपका कोई काम ऐसा काम ना करें जो आप ऑलरेडी हो चुका है, क्योंकि रिसर्च इज अ वेरी सीरियस असाइनमेंट और आप एक अपना देश का अपना समय मॉनेटरी बहुत सारी चीज़ें इन्वेस्ट करते हैं। तो आपको अगर आपको लगता है कि 10 इयर्स का लेना है या 15 इयर्स का लेना है या उन वेरिएबल पे जितना काम हुआ है वो सब लेना है, तो ये इसके लिए प्रमेश सर अगर कुछ लास्ट में आप ऐड करिएगा। मुझे कोई मेरे जहन में कोई क्राइटेरिया नहीं है इसके लिए कि कोई फिक्स क्राइटेरिया नहीं है। इट इज़ अप टू द रिसर्चर कि कितना एग्जॉस्टिव और कितना इंश्योर कर पाता है वो कि उसने सारे आयामों या डायमेंशंस को कवर कर लिया है। सर
Yes, correct, sir. Whatever you have said, that absolutely correct. But what I want to add here that in regarding literature review, maximum researcher literature review, they just take any article randomly. First of all, we have to see the authenticity, reliability, and the validity of that particular research paper, and that which we can get through citation or high cited only, and we have to read that particular research paper. And another thing is that while considering any literature review also, because that outdated, I have seen even my own scholars, they bring the research paper of the year 1990 and the 1991. Most of that research paper is outdated because nowadays research is increasing so fast. So we have to consider the latest paper, that which was written in the year maybe 1920, 21 or maybe 2022. If we don't have such kind of papers within that particular year, we can use previous year research paper also. So what I believe that we have to use latest one, because research gap they have already identified, that's why they are doing the research. So we have to identify another gap from that latest paper. Thank you.
Okay, next.
Thank you, sir.
Suraj Maurya ji, you want to ask something? Suraj Maurya ji?
Yes sir, yes sir.
जी.
सर मेरा क्वेश्चन संजय सर से था, जैसे कि सर ने लास्ट सेशन में बोला था कि जिसे हम कोई रिसर्च करते हैं तो कैसा होता है कि पहले वो तो हो चुका होता है, तो हम उसको देख के रिफर कर रहे हैं, तो हम उसको जो मेथड्स यूज करते हैं तो एज ए कॉपी पेस्ट हो जाता है ना, तो फिर अगर हम कोई न्यू रिसर्च कर रहे हैं तो उसके लिए रेफरेंसेस कैसे क्रिएट करें?
आपका सवाल क्या है सूरज जी?
सर मेरा क्वेश्चन ये था कि इसे हम कोई न्यू रिसर्च करते हैं जो कि थोड़ा यूनिक हो, मतलब कि फर्स्ट टाइम हम कर रहे हैं अगर, तो उसके लिए रेफरेंसेस कहाँ से मतलब ढूंढें, मतलब कैसे रेफरेंसेस को साइटेशन करें?
देखिए बात ये है कि बेसिकली यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट अ गुड रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम, ऑलराइट। तो कोई समस्या है, कोई रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम है, प्रॉब्लम डजंट कम फ्रॉम वैक्यूम, ऑलराइट। कोई निर्वात से कोई चीज ऐसे आएगी जो नई होगी, ऐसा नहीं है। जो आप रिव्यू ऑफ, इसीलिए रिव्यू ऑफ लिटरेचर का रोल बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है कि आप जितने रिव्यू को आप देख रहे हैं या जिस क्षेत्र में या जिस एरिया में रिव्यू को देख रहे हैं, आप एक तरह से एक स्क्रीनिंग करते जाते हैं कि कुछ ऐसी बातें हो सकती है जिसमें रिजल्ट में कुछ ऐसा लगता है एक्सप्लेन करना कम रह गया, कुछ फाइंडिंग तो है लेकिन उसका प्रॉपर एक्सप्लेनेशन नहीं है, ऑलराइट। ऐसा लगता है जो मान लीजिए कोई एक फाइंडिंग आपने देखी कि जो फर्स्ट बॉर्न चाइल्ड होता है वो बहुत एग्रेसिव होता है, ऑलराइट। अब आपको लगा कि एग्रेसिव होता है तो कारण क्या होगा इसके पीछे, ऑलराइट। फाइंडिंग्स आर देयर, वन फाइंडिंग, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फाइंडिंग वाज देयर, क्योंकि एग्रेशन का समाज में अगर आप एग्रेशन को समझ लें, एक फाइंडिंग तो थी कि बहुत एग्रेसिव होता है, लेकिन एग्रेसिव होने के पीछे जो एक्सप्लेनेशन है वो उसमें नहीं दिया गया। तो एक एरिया आपको मिल गई, एक प्रॉब्लम आपको मिल गई, सम अनएक्सप्लेन्ड फाइंडिंग्स आर देयर, ऑलराइट। अब ये आपके लिए इंपॉर्टेंट हो सकता है। तो बात आई थिंक यू आर मोर कंसर्न विद द काइंड ऑफ रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम, विच रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम और नॉवेल रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम जिसको कह सकते हैं, रेलिवेंट रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम कह सकते हैं, वो रिव्यू से ही मिलेगी आपको। और कई बार हमारे अनुभव भी बड़े ही इंसाइटफुल हो सकते हैं, लेकिन हम अपने अनुभव, मान लीजिए हमें कोई आज एक्सपीरियंस हुआ कि हम जब क्राउड की कंडीशन में होते हैं बहुत आक्रामक हो जाते हैं, ऑलराइट। अब ये हमारा अनुभव है, अगर हमें देखना चाहें कि क्या सबके साथ होता है तो इस बातों को भी एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए आप सिमिलर रिव्यू देख सकते हैं। और अगर आपको कुछ नहीं मिलता तो आपका एक्सपीरियंस खुद भी एक रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम या रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम की तरह एड्रेस किया जा सकता है। तो एक्सपीरियंशियल कंडीशन या एक्सपीरियंशियल जो कंडीशंस हैं वो भी आपको रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम की तरफ ले जाती हैं। और इम्पॉर्टेंट क्या है कि एनी रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम, इसका जो मैं लास्ट बार आपसे कह रहा हूँ, आपको ये सोचना पड़ेगा प्रॉब्लम तो है, लेकिन ये इससे जो फाइंडिंग आएंगी वो क्या बात एक्सप्लेन कर देंगी, क्या नया नॉलेज क्रिएट कर देंगी, क्यों इंपॉर्टेंट होंगी। प्रॉब्लम लेते टाइम ये जरूर सोचना चाहिए आपको, चाहे कोई प्रॉब्लम ले। प्रॉब्लम नई हो, प्रॉब्लम यूनिक हो, मतलब बहुत शो ऑफ करने वाली हो, ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है। प्रॉब्लम ये हो कि प्रॉब्लम कुछ समाधान देके जा रही हो। प्रॉब्लम इज एड्रेसिंग समथिंग, you are able to find out something which is relevant for the people, relevant for the you, और कोई नया नॉलेज क्रिएट हो रहा है या किसी नए नॉलेज में या किसी नॉलेज में कोई वृद्धि, ये आपको जरूर सोचना चाहिए, है ना।
यस सर, थैंक यू।
यूनिक के चक्कर में बहुत कई बार गलतियां हो जाती हैं ना।
यस सर।
ओके, सो
प्रमेश सर कुछ ऐड करना चाहेंगे इसमें?
नो सर,
थैंक यू।
सो नेक्स्ट पार्टिसिपेंट, और किसी कोई प्रश्न है? anyone to ask the question? जी
सर, इतने अच्छे ढंग से संजय सर ने, प्रमेश सर ने बहुत अच्छी जानकारी दी है रिसर्च से रिलेटेड, और बहुत सारी जानकारी हमको मिली है। इसके लिए पूरे आयोजन टोली को बहुत बहुत बधाइयाँ और साधुवाद। सभी प्रतिभागियों की ओर से मैं कहना चाहूंगा। और एक निवेदन कि कृपया वो फीडबैक लिंक अगर हो तो वो दे दें, और अगर एक सर्टिफिकेट हमको मिल जाएगा तो बड़ा अच्छा हो जाएगा सर।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका भी सर, थैंक यू सो मच। और आप सभी का बहुत बहुत आभार कि आप
कोई क्वेश्चन किसी का नहीं है तो अब हम सेशन को एंड कर रहे हैं। किसी का कोई क्वेश्चन है तो केवल
lastly Sanjay sir and Parmesh sir, please sir, it is a request, kindly share the PPT, it is very knowledgeable, please sir, it is a request.
Okay.
तो प्लीज अगर 2 मिनट, एक्चुअली क्वेश्चन नहीं बट मैं सर से जरूर कुछ, दोनों ही सर से कुछ पूछना चाहूंगी। अगर आप अलाउ करो तो।
यस
सर, जैसे कि सर ने बताया, प्रमेश सर ने भी, हम सैंपल साइज की बात कर रहे थे, तो सर ने राइटली कहा कि जब हम सर्वे के लिए जाते हैं तो एक स्टूपिड क्वेश्चन हम लोगों के माइंड में होता है कि 50 लोगों को लेना है या 100 लोगों को लेना है। बट सर, क्योंकि मैं जो मेरा नेक्स्ट चैप्टर है जिसमें मैं काम कर रही हूँ, मैं सर्वे के लिए जाऊंगी माइग्रेंट फैमिली की हिस्ट्री के लिए। तो मैं आपसे बस पूछना चाह रही हूँ कि मुझे किन चीज़ों का ध्यान रखना चाहिए सर, क्योंकि मैं बिल्कुल न्यू हूँ अभी और इससे पहले मैंने सर्वे नहीं किया है। और मैं जिसमें रिसर्च कर रही हूँ सर, पार्टीशन के बाद जो रेफ्यूजीज देहरादून और नैनीताल डिस्ट्रिक्ट में जिन्हें रिहैबिलिटेट किया, उनकी सर्वाइवल स्टोरी, और वो जो एक न्यू लैंड में आए और उन्होंने कैसे सर्वाइव किया, और क्योंकि उनकी आइडेंटिटी एक सेल्फ रिलायंट ह्यूमन बींग्स की है, तो उस पर मेरा काम है। तो नेक्स्ट चीज जो मुझे करनी है सर, वो है उनकी फैमिली हिस्ट्री देखना, और उसी में से मैं कंक्लूड कर पाऊंगी कि उनका क्या कंट्रीब्यूशन रहा है। तो मतलब आपसे थोड़ा सा अगर आप इसमें मुझे एनलाइटन कर सको कि मैं किन चीजों का ध्यान रखूं एट द टाइम ऑफ सर्वे और सैंपल साइज की जो हम बात कर रहे थे। मतलब आई एम नॉट आस्किंग द नंबर, बट मतलब कब, मतलब आई होप यू अंडरस्टैंड।
ओके
जी, तो दोनों ही सर से या सर।
Yes, Mega ma'am. Actually, regarding the going for the field work, okay, right? What I suggest you that first of all you have to go pilot survey, because that will comes before going the field survey. First of all, you have to go pilot survey. Pilot survey means just to see the respondent, okay, right? Their preference, their socio-economic factors, okay. Then after, by considering 50 sample, okay, you have to analyze and you have to do the interpretations whether that 50 sample will give sufficient results for your research objectives or not. If you are satisfied with this pilot survey, definitely you can go for the further survey. So you have, there is some benchmark. First of all, think that in your mind, first pilot survey is there. Pilot survey is to understand about the reliability of the data, is to understand about the preference of the respondents, whether it is feasible for you or not. In pilot survey, you understand everything, that from where to get this support, that automatically will comes to you. Okay, right? Today you are raising these questions. The reason is that because you haven't visited, I feel that. First of all, just go there and just see there and meet the people, ask them, ask their taste and preference, then make the questionnaires, then you will be more familiarity with the peoples or with the respondents, and which is more easier for you to collect the data. So I suggest you better to go for the pilot survey than go for the final survey. Thank you.
Sanjay sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
संजय सर आप म्यूट हैं।
सर
मेघा, आई जस्ट वांटेड टू सजेस्ट वन मोर थिंग। प्रमेश सर ने जवाब दे दिया है, बस मैं एक बात ऐड करके अपनी इस पे ज्यादा कुछ नहीं बोलूंगा। बिल्कुल सही बात कही है सर ने, सर्वे वाली, कि आपको पायलट सर्वे के लिए जाना चाहिए। उसके पहले जब अगर हम लोग क्वेश्चन बनाते हैं तो है नो, वी एनालाइज क्वेश्चंस, ऑलराइट, एंड देयर आर 2 मेथड्स ऑफ आइटम एनालिसिस। एक स्टैटिस्टिकल मेथड होता है, एक एक्सपर्ट का मेथड होता है। तो जब आप क्वेश्चन बनाएं पायलट सर्वे जाने से पहले, अगर आपके इस फील्ड के कुछ एक्सपर्ट को आप ये आइटम दिखा लें, ऑलराइट, तो दैट वुड हेल्प यू अलॉट। उनको दिखा लें, अगर 2 मिल जाए, आइडियली 5 एक्सपर्ट मिल जाए तो बहुत अच्छी बात है, यू विल गेट इनसाइटफुल थिंग्स। तो आप पायलट वाली जो बात सर ने कही, दैट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। आपको उसके बाद जो इंसाइट मिलेगा रियल पॉपुलेशन से, जो फीडबैक मिलेगा, दैट हेल्प यू अ लॉट टू रिफ्रेम योर क्वेश्चंस reframe your way of questioning, तो ये बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट है। तो एक पहला फेज एक्सपर्ट से बात कर लें, अपने क्वेश्चन शेयर कर लें। इवन वी कैन आल्सो हेल्प, रमेश सर आपको वॉलंटियर कर सकते हैं इस बातों के लिए। वी विल बी हैप्पी टू हेल्प यू। तो ऐसे 2-3 लोग जो फील्ड में काम कर रहे हो, हम लोग हो सकता है कोर फील्ड में ना हो आपके, तो जो कर रहे हैं उनको आप जरूर दिखा लें, आपका जो क्वेश्चन फ्रेमिंग है वो अच्छा हो जाएगा।
थैंक यू सो मच सर, थैंक यू सो मच।
तो और कोई किसी का कोई डाउट है, कोई प्रश्न है? नहीं तो हम लोग सेशन को एंड करें। साक्षी जी, साक्षी जी,
Am I audible?
yes, yes.
Hello.
हाँ, yes, Sakshi, you are audible, Sakshi.
I would like to invite Ganesh Lalji for vote of thanks.
धन्यवाद साक्षी जी। कोई भी कार्यक्रम अपने वक्ताओं पर केंद्रित होता है और मुझे लगता है आज का हमारा कार्यक्रम हमारे सभी वक्ताओं की वजह से बहुत बेहतर और सार्थक कार्यक्रम रहा। तो सबसे पहले मैं डॉक्टर प्रमेश जी एवं संजय सर जिन्होंने कि बड़े क्रमशः और कहिए कि क्रमवार ढंग से सार्थक और व्यवस्थित अपना वक्तव्य रखा हम सबके समक्ष, जिससे कि हम लोगों को बहुत कुछ मिला और हमारे सभी पार्टिसिपेंट को। तो मैं दोनों वक्ताओं के प्रति बहुत तहे दिल से शुक्रगुजार हूं कि आपने बहुत व्यवस्थित तरीके से हम सबको रिसर्च के प्रति एकेडमिक जगत में कैसे उत्कृष्ट रिसर्च किया जाए या उसमें लेखन किया जाए, बेहतर ढंग से व्यवस्थित तरीके से आपने एक्सप्लेन किया। और आज की संचालन समिति, संयोजन समिति एवं विकास जी तथा हमारे सभी पार्टिसिपेंट शोधार्थी साथी, जिनकी वजह से कोई भी कार्यक्रम सार्थक और सफल नहीं होता है, अंत तक जुड़े रहे और सबने सार्थक सवाल और अपनी जिज्ञासाएं रखी और सारी बातें हुई। तो इस प्रकार बहुत अच्छा कार्यक्रम रहा और सभी के प्रति बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत हार्दिक आभार, शुक्रिया।
एक्चुअली संजय सर जैसे स्पीकर्स को सुनने के लिए 1 घंटा 2 घंटा नहीं, मतलब कुछ दिन चाहिए या कुछ बहुत सारे घंटे चाहिए, तब सर के लेक्चर्स को हम लोग समझ सकते हैं, सुन सकते हैं। When I was the student of the PG, सर मैं 2018 से और 20 जब आप लोग वहाँ पे लेक्चर सीरीज अटेंड कराते थे, तो मैं उस समय से सर से जुड़ा हूँ। तो मुझे पता है कि सर का क्रिटिकल नॉलेज और रिसर्च के प्रति कितना सर का रुझान है। हम रिसर्च स्कॉलर्स को बुला करके वो वहाँ पर मेल भेजते थे, मैसेज भेजते थे कि आप लोग आइए, पीजी स्टूडेंट थे आप लोग आइए, यूजी स्टूडेंट्स आप लोग आइए। तो सर का जो रिसर्च के प्रति और स्टूडेंट्स के प्रति जो कंट्रीब्यूशन है, उसको मैं 2018 से देख रहा हूँ और अभी तक मैं सर से जुड़ा हुआ हूँ। तो मैं तो सर को जहाँ तक से समझ पाया, उनका जो भी एकेडमिक्स वर्क मैंने पढ़ा है, सुना है, तो सर को कुछ हम लोगों ने बहुत कम समय दिया सर आपको, फिर भी आपने उस पर पूरा अपना सेंट्रलाइज पूरा लेक्चर दिए। और सर जो हैं डॉक्टर संजय कुमार सर, नेशनल साइकोलॉजिकल सोसाइटी है, मैंने सबको आप लोगों को मैसेज, आई थिंक आई हैव सर्कुलेट टू मैसेज टू एवरीवन, so which scholars and professors belong particular this field. So मैं चाहूँगा कि ऐसे अकादमिक लोग अगर कुछ पोजीशन हेल्ड करते हैं तो that's very beneficial for the research scholars and students. So thank you. और प्रमेश सर आपने बहुत शार्ट टाइम में सर हम लोगों का रिक्वेस्ट सर एक्सेप्ट किया सर, तो ओके,
थैंक यू सर।
तो
आप जिस तरह से आप लोगों ने इस कार्यक्रम को आयोजित किया है, और मैं खुद इससे जुड़ के बहुत ही अच्छा महसूस कर रहा हूँ। आगे कभी भी हमारी जरूरत रहेगी तो मुझे अच्छा लगेगा कि आप लोग मुझे जोड़ें आगे। और प्रमेश सर, we'll stay connected. It was so nice to meet you. Although it was virtual, but ऐसे लग रहा कि बहुत अच्छे से मिल लिया हम लोगों ने। And
I will invite you in our university also, sir.
we'll keep in touch, sir. और आपसे विकास जी और आपकी जितनी पूरी टीम है, मैं सबका नाम तो नहीं ले पा रहा हूँ, लेकिन इट्स ग्रेट इनिशिएटिव। आपने जो इस तरह का इनिशिएटिव लिया है, एक क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग का एक मंच है इट्स ग्रेट स्टेज। तो इसका पूरा बेनिफिट आप लोग लीजिए और बातचीत का जो क्रम है, इट शुड नॉट स्टॉप ना, बढ़िया से करते रहिए। विल कीप ऑन वेयर एवर इट इज वेयर एवर रिक्वायर्ड, वी विल बी देयर विथ यू। So thank you everyone. Thank you Pramesh sir.
Thank you so much sir. Thank you so much.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर।
Thank you so much sir to both of you. बहुत ही insightful session था। Thank you so much.
Thank you sir. Thank you so much.
साक्षी ने भी अच्छा संचालन किया है आज।
विकास जी फीडबैक लिंक देंगे क्या? फीडबैक लिंक
सर मैं आपको सर पार्टिकुलर मैसेज करूंगा, फीडबैक दूंगा सर मैं, ठीक है ना सर?
ठीक है ठीक है
सर। मैं आपका सजेशन सर एक्सेप्ट किया हूं सर। यस सर।
थैंक यू थैंक यू थैंक यू थैंक यू।